Leaving the child to stay there and think upon what he did is going to help him internalize that behavior, though it might not be visible. But then they definitely do understand, and then when they come back, they're calm, as if they've completely forgotten what had happened.
Yeah.
So that's there.
So what you're trying to say is that time out is self-reflection time for
Yeah, it
them.
is self-reflection. Might sound really big a term, like something
Yeah.
for an adult, but then
Yeah.
it actually does the same thing for a child. And there are many
Yeah.
other techniques as well. Time out is just one.
Wow. So why don't you share with us the other techniques?
Sure. So, the thing about this is it might be monotonous for us, but kids love the routine. They love predictability. And for that, you need to form a routine. Now, there are many benefits. For forming a routine, you need to discipline your child. That's number one. And once you've disciplined them, it has many benefits. Like,
I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go.
So do we really need to slow down, because mostly we are living in future, that oh, this needs to be done, we have to go there, and the child is not really listening to me at this time. Oh my god, I'm getting late, what do I do? Or there's something on the stove, or a doorbell is ringing, or blah blah blah. There can be so many instances like that. So do we really need to slow down and give that attention to the child for that moment and be there in here and now? Yeah. So
see,
what is it?
absolutely, we need to slow down. And the thing about is, why is it so normal? Why don't we wait and think back before attending to our kids? The reason is we as parents have a lot on our plate, not considering work or household chores. Even if you have house help, just tending to kids is a lot of work in itself, because we're dealing with these little humans who hardly understand what we're saying, and comprehending what we're saying is difficult for them. So we run on an autopilot where we live from one nap time to the other. If you're having younger kids, or if you're having older kids, then it's like, okay, just get through the day. If you have school, you need to eat, you need to sleep. Routine by routine we live. So we need to shut this autopilot, and we need to think about conscious parenting. We have to love the process. It's Parenting is like a process, it's a journey, like they say, but then you have to live it every moment. Even if you're just feeding your kids, to give you some perspective on this, sit down with your child, younger kids, of course. Sit down with them and listen to what they're saying. Yes, we are with our kids 24/7 thanks to the lockdown, but are we actually listening? On the back of our minds, we are having, I need to do this meeting, I need to send a mail, I need to do this, I need to go cook something. We're not actually with them. So, what we need to do when we're with our kids, at least an hour a day, shut off the brain. And when you're with the kids, be there both mentally and physically. That's one way where you can enjoy the process, and you can actually see a different side of your kid.
Right, right. So, as they say that, just let them be. So, where does the question of disciplining them come? Why do you
Uh,
need to discipline your child anyway?
yeah, seriously. So when it's younger, actually, discipline seems like a very tough term, harsh term. That why should I discipline my child in the first place?
Yeah.
But that's the view of someone who's not a parent. If you are a parent, you will realize that children, number one, they love predictability. Now, parenting isn't a thing that is to be done just one day or just for a week, so you can go by the whims and fancies of the child. No, it has to be done every single day, and we got to do the same things, monotonous routine every single day. The thing about this is it might be monotonous for us, but kids love the routine. They love predictability, and for that, you need to form a routine. Now, there are many benefits. For forming a routine, you need to discipline your child. That's number one. And once you've disciplined them, it has many benefits. Like, number one is we need to discipline them so that for the safety of their child. For example, imagine your child is jumping on the sofa, and you know that if he jumps too much, he might fall off and hurt his head. Your first reaction is to put him down and make him understand that no, that's not right behavior, you might hurt your head. What you did here is you did not let him do what he wanted to, because it was a matter of his safety. The example would be letting the child cross the road or let the bike outside the compound. Now, here, these are matters that he needs to be disciplined so that he understands it's for his safety.
Right.
Other than that, we have to discipline. An excellent benefit of disciplining kids is their emotion. They get much better at handling their emotions. Now I have multiple kids. I was saying I have two kids, so they actually half the time you will find them fighting over something, some toy, some book, or both of them want to sit on my lap. These kind of instances are very common. So there is this frustration when they do not get what they want. That frustration, they try to remove it on the other sibling. If you've got single kids, then you might see the same behavior with their cousins or their friends, but the child is not able to understand what to do when he gets angry or frustrated. Now compare this situation to a child who has been disciplined and has been taught how to express himself, been given an outlet. For example, timeout is an amazing outlet to discipline your child and to also teach your child to manage his emotions better. Whenever he's been doing some bad behavior like hitting or throwing toys, put him for a timeout. And in that, you have to explain it to him that how to, it's absolutely fine that you're getting angry, that you're frustrated, that's totally fine. But what you did was wrong about, why disciplining is important, why it's required. So like I said, first is to ensure the safety of your child. Another one is to help him become emotionally stable. And I'd like to continue there that discipline also help you to manage your kids better. When you have that routine in place, and you must have noticed when kids are out for travel, younger kids, they don't prefer traveling. They'd always be cranky. Rarely there'd be a parent who would say, I had an amazing experience with my child while I was traveling. Kids get cranky, irritated, and it gives parents a tough time. Now, the reason for that is, again, they lost their predictability. There was this uncertainty and they didn't know what was going to happen in that day. Where am I going to sleep? When am I going to get my milk, my food? And that set in, and that loss of routine created all of that frustration and irritation. So again, the way around that would be to talk about it well in advance to your child and explain to them that 2 days in advance, make it like a really big deal. We're going to go to this place. This is what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to sleep, and things like that. It will help them understand once they know about it, and prior knowledge will help them ease out the journey for them.
Right. So having a rundown show, basically, like a boardroom. Wow. Right. It's a management in itself, the parenting. All right. So surely there is a discipline technique which always work, which is yelling and spanking.
Yeah, I will tell you, it works 100%. I'm giving you that in writing. But that's also going to teach your child to come up with newer and newer ways of deceiving you.
Right.
Like, okay, you've yelled. They know they're not supposed to do that because mom is going to turn into this complete monster now, and she's going to start yelling and she's going to start spanking me. So they will never do that. But then they'll still be doing the same behavior in things in ways in which you will not know. Basically, they're going to be deceiving you. So that's the prime reason why I would say that do not yell or spank. If you want that trust to be there between you and your child, it's all about how you're parenting them. That's where positive discipline techniques come into picture.
Right.
Could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose.